joining live from the Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I created my channel to help as many people as possible become independent and profitable traders. So if that sounds like you are in the right place at the right time. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Now, in today's quick video, I'm going to be going over the trading strategy that I used on this gold trade to secure 4,000 pips. But this is the same strategy that I use every single day and on every trade that I take. Now, if you are looking for a system that works, this is one you can try. I've discussed it in so many different videos, and I've also started to make shorts about it as well. Because it's not about having a million different strategies. It's about finding one that's easy to understand and one that you can duplicate. So first and foremost, I do have a trading community and I will post my trade ideas in there weekly. They'll be pretty straightforward and to the point, and it may look something like this. Hey, rich friends, I'll be looking at some buys for gold this week. I'll use previous levels for guidance and I would set pending orders to 3,500. So that was the trade idea I dropped, and this was the trade that we were looking at. It was posted on June 30th, 2025 at, I believe, 8:53 p.m. So we're going to go back to that moment in time, and I'm going to break down why I decided to take this trade and how it actually played out. So I do this process over and over every single time. And again, it's just about the repetition of it all. So we are going to go back to, I'm going to use my calendar feature down here. If you're ever back testing, you can just go straight on your calendar. And we're going to go to June 30th at 18:53. And we're just pretty much going to walk through this trade and hopefully you guys can see why I decided to take it and if it actually makes sense. So where's this candle? It's June 30th. Okay, so it's around here. So I'm going to put the chart in replay mode and we're just going to walk through it. It's pretty simple. I think it was around 8 p.m. I said, so that's where we're going to be. So, hey, Spicy. Just doing this trade breakdown, letting everybody know how simple it can be with this duplicatable process. I mean, if you guys want access to the live sessions, make sure that you do register for the course. You can definitely do that. All the information is down below in my description box. And if you guys have any questions, you can also ask them down below as well. So basically, when I come into the market, the first thing that I'm going to do is use my horizontal lines to mark previous areas of support and resistance. Now, areas of support are typically where the market will buy. You can identify this a couple of different ways, but if you are a novice or somebody just starting out, just look for where you see wicks. I like to think of these areas as like pogo sticks. And if you see that the market is continuously pushing into this area, this is going to be an area of support, especially like when it's found at the bottom. Now, the opposite is an area of resistance. You'll usually find this at the top. And I'm just using circles right now. But if you're on TradingView, which is the website that I use to do all my charting, you can use horizontal lines. So I'm going to put a horizontal line at this area of support because I can see that the market bought here before. I'm going to put in a horizontal line here because I can also see that this was a strong area of support. Now I'm going to do this for as many areas as I see. Right now I'm looking at gold on the 4-hour chart. Since I've transitioned to swing trading, it just makes sense to analyze my markets on a higher time frame and then actually take my entries on the smaller time frame. So I have my areas of support and resistance. Now, what I'm looking for and what you should look for as well in your trades is the market can react one of two ways once it gets to an area of support or resistance. Now, it can break above this level, which we call a break of structure, and it can retest blue, meaning that there's most likely to be a market continuation up. Or the second thing that can happen is the market can reject off of this level as we've seen it done in the past. It did it here, it did it here. But one confirmation that I definitely need to wait for is the break of structure and I need the retest. There's been too many times where I entered the trade on the break, but as soon as it came back down to retest, it hit my stop loss just for the market to go my favor. So if that's ever happened to you, just go ahead and drop some sevens in chat. Because again, this break of structure strategy has what made me more profitable over the last couple of weeks. Simply just being more patient. It's not that I was doing anything wrong. It's just that I was taking my entries too quickly or just not waiting for my actual entry confirmation. Like I always say, there's a difference between the confirmations you have in your trade and then the confirmation you need to actually take your entry. So for me, I'm getting all of those positive confirmations. I have my momentum with a lot of blue candles here. I also have my stochastic facing up. The blue line is on top and both lines have crossed above 50 and they're going towards 80. If you have not seen my stochastic video, I will tag it here because that is the only indicator I use because the only indicator I need. So pretty much I haven't decided to enter this trade for a buy. I am going to wait for that break and we're going to see what happens. So we can see that on the next 4 hour candle, we actually do get that break of structure. But remember, we're not rushing to enter here. We're still going to wait for a retest. Now, a retest means that the market is going to come back down to that same level once again before it continues upwards. And if it is positive, I would be entering this trade for a buy, which I did. So I got a positive retest. We entered for a buy. In this scenario, if it's a buy, you just want to set your stop loss below a previous low and set your TP at the next high. Um, yeah, we're just going to set it pretty much at the next high. Let's just go there. Let's actually fill this gap, right? And we're gonna see what happens. You don't want your risk to be more than your profit, so you can just adjust, but I like to be right below the previous level. And we're gonna see what happened in this trade. We can see that it's went up and it hit our TP. Just simply waiting for it to retest. And the thing I like about gold specifically is you don't need so many candles. You don't need the market to go so much because you can actually risk 1 cent. And if the market, typically with gold, it'll go between 4,000 and 7,000 pips in a day. All you have to really do is be patient. So again, this is the same strategy I use on every single trade. That was a buy example, but I will give you guys an example of a sell as well, just so that you can know what to look for. Um, you can choose what type of trader you want to be. You can only focus on buys, or you can focus on buys and sells. It's just really up to you. Oh yeah, with Bitcoin, it will definitely keep going. Like gold is the same way. They just be acting up. I like the structure of it because once it start going, like it really be going, and it's very predictable in a way. So we're gonna look at a sell example, guys. I'm going to actually select a different bar and put this in replay mode, and we are going to go here, right? We're gonna go here. Now, gold has been on a buying streak for some time. So hopefully we'll still good examples out of this. So I'm gonna put a resistance line here. You want to put your resistance line where you can see the market reacted before and then it sold. I'm also going to put one here because I can see the market sold more than one time at that place before. I also put one here and one at the top. So this is the first thing I do again before I take every single trade. If you guys have been on my channel for some time, you know I have simplified my trading process a lot from when I first started. It's mainly just horizontal lines and the stochastic. Now, I'm going to again walk you through the breakthrough and the things that I will be looking at in this trade and the decision that I would make. So first, I would notice that the market has hit a swing high. And a swing high is usually the highest place that you can actually see on your chart. Now, this is important because just because the market hit a high before, like we can see here and we can see here, that doesn't always mean that it's going to keep climbing. Sometimes it means that the market is going to actually start to fall. Now, if you feel like you're already a great trader, but sometimes your trades just still don't go in your favor, maybe you just need to take a microscope and look at things a little bit deeper. Now, in this case, we can see that the red candle was the swing high and the sellers were actually picking up momentum versus these other red candles that have formed before. This red candle actually has a lot of body letting us know that this market could potentially be reversing. Now, another reason this particular high is so important is because this was actually an all-time high for gold. And if you trade high volume assets like gold, like Bitcoin, US 30, Nas 100, once it's hit that ultimate high, there's going to be a strong sell-off, or once it hits a low that it hasn't been in a while, it eventually is going to buy back up. So you want to pay attention to the body of the candles when you are doing your analysis as well, because that can definitely add some value. Now, the next thing I will look at, since I've already marked my previous levels, is my stochastic. Now, for me, in order for me to feel confident about my trade, the stochastic has to be doing a number of things. For a buy, it has to be facing up. The blue line has to be on top, and it has to recently cross past one of these significant levels. If I'm looking for a sell, I need my stochastic to be facing down. I need that orange line to be on top, and I need it to cross below one of these significant levels. Now, in this case, my stochastic was facing down, but I didn't quite get that crossed yet, and that is one reason that would make me want to wait before I actually sell. And again, when the market comes down to this previous level of support, it can buy again, which is what it may be expected to do since we've had so much buying momentum here, or it can break past this support and go to lower lows. So we're going to see what happens, and we're going to see how long this is actually going to take, because sometimes you really just have to wait for your setup. So we're going to go to the next one. Okay, we still are getting that selling momentum, but we don't quite get that break of structure yet. You could have entered during any of this time. You could zoom into your chart, take your entry on the hour, on the 15, on the 5. But for me, if I'm looking at it on the higher time frame, and that's what I start with, that's the time frame I'm going to wait for the big confirmation on, right? There really shouldn't be any FOMO in trading, because there will always be another opportunity to trade. So I got my break of structure on that candle, and I also get a red retest. Just like for the buy, we got a positive retest confirming that the market will continue to buy. Here, we get a negative retest for me confirming that the market will continue to sell. Now we can also look at our stochastic, and I'm getting my strong sell confirmations on there as well. So for this trade, I would enter for a sell. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the sell button. Because it is a sell, I'm going to set my stop loss at a previous high, right? And I'm going to set my TP at the next level on a previous low. You always want to make sure your risk is at least 1 to 1, but you can always go 1 to 2 or whatever you want to do. But we're just going to go, let's actually go to the very next level, and let's bring this down as well. No, we're actually going to go here. We are going to go to the very next level just to keep it easy and simple for everyone. And we can see that the market was bearish, and it continued to consolidate for a bit. It's coming down, but it hasn't quite gotten past that previous high. And eventually we did hit our TP. Now, if you're not a swing trader, that's perfectly fine. You can find examples of this on every single time frame. If I was to go down to the 15 and mark my level and do the same thing, you would find similar examples. Here's another example of a break of structure on the downside, and then we still get that push down. Here's another example of a break of structure. And instead of waiting 36 hours for a trade to take off, you really can see a significant amount of profit in 15 minutes. Just basically just waiting. That was the biggest improvement I've made to my trading in 2025, was just simply waiting. Like, I've seen just a lot better results, because as long as I've been trading, I still make some mistakes. Sometimes I feel like they're rookie mistakes, but when you back test and you get to the bottom of it, you can figure out what those things are. But I really hope that this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions about this, you can leave them down below in the comment box. If you would like to work with me outside of YouTube, you can always register for personal mentorship. It is free for 7 days, but after that, there is a subscription fee. So do whatever works for you. I also have over 400 quick videos on YouTube that you can check out. But that's really all I have for you guys today. Until next time, rich friends.